Hello everybody, we're here at RemoteCon with yet another very interesting product demo on remote work tools. Here with us we have Deon, an extended visual collaboration platform. Deon is like a real office desk but virtual, infinite and multi-user. You can drag and drop over 40 different file formats, from large multiple documents to spreadsheets, images, video, text, websites, links, all sorts of documents. There are no redundant copies or snapshots because everything is linked to their original storage. Deon integrates with a rapidly growing number of systems and formats, and is especially in use with the Microsoft ecosystem: Microsoft Teams, Office 365, SharePoint, and OneDrive. It was founded and developed in Germany, starting 2011, and Deon is best suited for workshops, design thinking, design sprints, presentations, agile project management, power worlds, and team boards. This is a persistent infinite canvas where multiple users can explore and edit the same canvas at the same time, just like in a meeting in a real project room. For our demo here today, we have Thomas Sommer, CEO of Deon. Hello, Thomas. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Alexandra. Thank you very much. Thank you for the great introduction. I couldn't do it better.
Thank you. From what we've noticed, many of your clients are from the automotive industry and like financial chemical production. How come that happened, and what is the history that actually brought you to this?
Yeah, it's kind of related to our history actually. We started in 2005, the company, and we were at that time concentrating on interactive media installations, like stuff where we used technology to impressively present a product of our customers. And our first customers at that time were from the automotive industry. Mm-hmm. And that was the reason why we somehow spread inside the automotive industry.
That's very nice to hear. So can you actually show us through the product and see exactly how it works?
Sure. I will quickly share my screen and you will see the Deon program itself here. I will use it to show you how it actually works. And for this, I have embedded a video inside the zoomable workspace, which shows the basic principles in a quick overview. Deon is a visual collaboration platform, and it allows you to work with your computer in a more natural way, kind of like our brain works. It is an infinite canvas where you can drop all the content that is important for your current work and that is related to a certain topic that you're working on. And creating such a workspace is very easy. You can just drag and drop content from your file explorer and arrange that on this workspace. And this content can be all different file formats like videos or embedded applications. And instead of like over and over reopening applications and searching through folder structures, in Deon you can just quickly zoom onto some document and start editing it. And you can have as many of these projects as you like, as many topics that you are working on can have their own Deon projects, and if you invite other people into these projects, they can collaborate with you on this canvas in real time and independently. And as you see here, it is not limited to certain devices, but you can run it on power walls or interactive screens, same as on laptops or pads. So as the next step, I will quickly go through the typically use cases. Actually, they are not really the typical use cases because Deon is a very versatile, very universal solution. But just to give you an idea, a typical situation is that it is used for personal dashboards where you arrange all the stuff that you're working on, and especially during these days, this is a high benefit in remote situations because you can share like a real desktop with your colleagues from your home office, and you are working on the same desktop but independently. It's other than screen sharing because when you stop a screen sharing, it's gone. But this is a persistent workspace. As you see here, many of our customers are using it also in lab situations on large screens, and that helps them to better exploit the hardware that they have with this very simple principle that they have. They can save also a lot of money for special hardware that is normally needed in such lab situations. You don't need extenders or video metric switches anymore. It is all done digitally and in software. In workshop situations, it is basically Deon is basically a replacement for what you know from situations like these, like brown paper, sticky note work can be completely digitally replaced. And as you see here, you can also use mobile devices. This is like an embedded browser here, just for me to show you the features that are here for available for workshops. And for example, a voting feature that you can use with your mobile devices. So this is another use case using the same principle, but to see how diverse these use cases are. We have customers also using it in a completely different way, directly in the production environment, directly at the assembly line, and they are using it to communicate between the shift workers because they need to know a lot of different content and have it aggregated in one space. On the other hand, you can do presentations with it. Deon combines working and presenting in one space. It's not like exporting something and then going back to work and redoing a presentation. And just to give you an idea how quick this is, I can do a presentation here directly in my workspace. There was a presentation previously. I will just delete it and select the areas that I want to present. Let's say this one, and then add this step, and then I'll add a new step, and afterwards this one. And immediately I have a multiple slide presentation, and I could just start this and click through it by pressing my keys on my keyboard or using a clicker, or I could even export this directly into a multi-page PowerPoint if I need to make a handout or something like that. So one last example may be from an automotive manufacturer that is using Deon internationally. It's interesting to see that there are almost no departments that are not using it. If you look at the map of departments that they have there, it is not a tool for a special use case, but it's more a principle of using computers and digital collaboration in a more natural, more human, and more interactive and more efficient way.
You said up until now there are, let's say, no specific use cases or like for no specific departments that use it. Most of the departments use it or something. But can you say, would you say that there are like maybe enterprises that use the product, or you would have like smaller companies as well, or how does that? How is the client base like?
The client base is mainly from the corporate environment, like larger companies. That is something that we concentrated on in the past. But there's no reason for smaller companies not to use it. It's just that we didn't do much marketing in that area, so we concentrate on large companies actually.
And have you seen maybe a change of behavior in using your tool for these large corporations ever since the pandemic started, or with the whole movement for working
extremely
from home?
Yeah, definitely extremely. So it turned out to be very, very helpful for these home office situations. As I said, it's like a virtual office desk and we saw a massive increase in usage during the crisis, which is understandable. We as a company ourselves are a completely virtual, 100% virtual company. We are a distributed team since 5 years, and we are using our own tool to work together. So it is kind of made for this.
Saying that you're a remote team yourself, maybe can you share us a bit of the challenges or of the best practices that you may have picked along the way?
I mean, for us, it grew kind of naturally. So I wouldn't say that there were really like big challenges when we switched from office work to this, from having an office to going completely 100% remote. It was kind of a relief, I would say. We are much more efficient and much. It's a great benefit. We wouldn't want to go back. It is maybe it's interesting that we are. We decided not to do too many restrictions or too. We tried to do it as free and unstructured as possible. Mm-hmm. So, for example, we try to reduce appointments and do more ad hoc communication and ad hoc collaboration, which turned out to be a very good approach. And we are combining Deon with currently with Microsoft Teams, which is a very good fit. So in Microsoft Teams we have all the communication going on, and Deon is our virtual desk where the actual work is happening on.
Yeah. And how do you see this remote work environment evolving? What role do you think your company will play in it?
I guess that this crisis was helpful and good in a way to show that much more is possible, and people can much more benefit from the technical possibilities that we have nowadays than before. Because before we had the situation, okay, since everything works somehow, why should we try something new? And now that people were pushed to the situation, it was the proof that there are a lot of benefits, and we were working in this direction from the very beginning, and we will in the future continuously, as we did in the past, improve what is possible with the existing technology, with the existing hardware and with the existing network systems, to make work more human, more natural in remote environments, and to give people also more freedom to decide when they want to work and where they want to work, and not to force them to commute all the time or to sit around at some place just to do their working hours. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Thank you for being with us and for showing us through the product. Well, there you have it. Traditional industries have crossed over to the digital environment more and more in the past decade. Now we have a tool to help them even more. Deon, the next generation of digital work and collaboration. Thank you very much for watching. Tune into RemoteCon for more remote work solutions. Goodbye.